Hey, I think I'm live. I think I'm going. So if you haven't heard of me, please listen and check it out. Tell your friends about MickMotherwell.com and Facebook.com/MickMotherwell Comedy. There's a lot more funny shit there. I'm just not into the social media thing. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. It takes me an hour to do one of these like pictures that I put up like this. Like, oh, doesn't work. Where's it at? Like, I'll put this takes me 45 minutes to do. That's my face. You see how it is. Yeah. Not that fucking easy, people. Welcome to the Mick Motherwell Self-Awarless podcast. One time in a generation, right? One time in a generation, one time in every 4 years that we can get to have one of these. I'm here to let people in and let people bullshit and talk shit and whatever they want. I'm also here to talk shit and bullshit and do whatever I want. It's my motherfucking show. Here's the deal. People, I've seen memes. I see the whole political / the passive aggressive just memes and stuff on Facebook that are like, hey, surround yourself with people that feel like a ray of sunshine. And if you don't think that is just an amazing, positive, beautiful message, then you're fucked, right? And I get that. But hey, surround yourself with positive fucking... I'm here to tell you that I'm here. I'm not a ray of fucking sunshine. When I die, my wife's going to have a real hard time finding pallbearers to fucking lift my casket. It's not going to be that fucking fun. It's not going to be that easy. I'm not the ray of sun. People don't surround themselves with people like me. Especially me. I'll find fault in pretty much everything. And I'll continue to do that for the rest of my life. And I don't want to say I fucking mean to. I use a bidet. You pieces of shit use toilet paper. Let's talk real shit. Real life shit. Actual shit. You're dumb because you wipe your ass with paper. I squirt a fucking water hose right up my butthole every time I poop, and it's deliciously great because I know I got the cleanest fucking ass in the house. Until my wife or my kid goes and shits and uses a bidet. Talk shit, why don't you? Please fucking do. I'll wheel your ass. Yeah, I bet you have a bidet. You're a smart motherfucker, James. I'll show that. This motherfucker has a bidet. I've got fucking 2 in my house, and people will fucking come in and take a fucking piss and come out and pretend they didn't use it. That's the worst. It's the worst because you're my friend. You're in my house. You're using my bathroom. Like, not a plumber. You come to my house and use my bidet, and he'd walk out of that fucking bathroom and be like, dude, sweet deal. Like, he'd talk to me about it. It'd be funny. But like a friend will go in there, like a wife's friend or something. They won't mention it. Bro, I don't care if you tried it or not, but you probably fucking should. I've got 2 with female function. That's a big thing. That's a big selling point for me. I wanted people to be really comfortable from tiny butt to big butt, Tiny poop to big poop. Hey, we've all had a lot. What I'm saying is I'm not a fucking ray of sunshine, so don't surround yourself with me if you're looking for the most positive fucking coverage on this goddamn election. Whew. Let's talk. It's a day before the election. This time tomorrow will be an hour before polls close. And I think that this is the craziest fucking election of all time. I'm a big FDR guy. I like him. I love him. I want some more of him. But I also understand he's not maybe not the best. I think his cousin Theodore was the coolest motherfucking president. Bro, you're so 2000 and late with that shit. So does mine. Bruh. You are out of the loop. You need to upgrade to that digital, I'm about to shit. So heat it up for me for the next fucking 12 minutes. Bam. Anyway, this craziest election ever. And all I could think of is like maybe like Kennedy during Vietnam, Johnson and stuff, and maybe Truman at the end of World War II. Like, this is just crazy. Like, it's unprecedented. And I feel like it's really fucking insane. And I mean, that's where I'll start with it. It's fucking insane. I saw a video today of the Amish, like a Amish community, Dutch, Pennsylvania. Look at that alfalfa going on back there. Dutch, Pennsylvania doing a Trump rally. I don't know. I live in South Georgia, for the listeners that don't know me. And I have been trying to go to the store and been behind numerous Trump rallies. Oh, by the way, if you want to enjoy the stream, I'm going to put that shit right up there. I think it's just really fucking... I don't think it's insane. I just think it's crazy in the sense, when I use the word crazy, I've never seen anything like that. I've been around in America for Clinton and Bush and Obama, which was a little fucking nuts when Obama was elected. I remember 2008 very well. I was in college. It was pretty nuts. But I've never seen not the numbers of support for Trump, because I've seen that with every presidential candidate since I've ever seen, right? Don't get me wrong. But I've never seen this kind of fucking... Did you see the ones that are fucking blocking the Biden bus on the highway in Texas the other day? Like, that's... I'm not going to sit here and sound like some kind of fucking pussy. I got to plug my computer in and say that it sounds violent, right? But I understand if I'm on that fucking bus and you're fucking running people off the road and shit behind me. I mean, it happened. There's video of it. Like, I'm a little fucking worried. Like, who has the balls to go up to a fucking presidential candidate and be like, bruh, your security is getting run off the goddamn road. It's just crazy to think about. It's pretty nuts. But it's also like, I really love the fact that we are protesting on both sides. We are out there being like we should have been for a long time. I've been to a lot of different countries. I've been in a lot of different states. I mean, that's the problem with America, I think, is these young motherfuckers like me, or absolutely not like you. We do have this voice, and it's real fun to just absolutely fucking go for it every once in a while. I remember 2009, the big Egyptian protest. They just had a bunch of people. It was just, that made me feel good. I don't care if it's black, white, lives matter. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate young people getting out and going out there and fucking going a little hardcore on these motherfuckers and letting them know that we're upset too. And that's why I did like Bernie Sanders a lot. I'm not the biggest Bernie guy, I might be. I'm not the biggest liberal, and I'll tell you, because of what they did to Bernie, I'm really upset, dude. All he wanted to do was have free healthcare for all. It would have taken Bernie Sanders 100 years to get what he wanted to get done. But it would have been fun to watch, kind of like Trump is. It's just fun to watch sometimes. And what I'm saying is, he had a good fucking idea. He did give a shit. And I haven't seen anyone that's gave a shit since. James Tiley is joining me on the show. He is, I think, 100% completely different than my political views for the most part. 100% for the most part is a really dumb thing to say. Is that a Van Halen shirt you got on?
That it is, yes.
Start with that first. Awesome. God rest Eddie Van Halen's soul.
Unfortunately, that's another victim of 2020.
Yeah.
Right. Like the year couldn't go any crazier. We lose Eddie Van Halen. Which I did.
Biden or Trump. One of them is going to be dead by Christmas. That's not... that's definitely not terrorist threat. It's just
We always
it's
talk over each
old
other.
as fuck.
We always talk over each other. We do this so wrong.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you catch? I'm going to plug myself, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Did you catch my Eddie Van Halen tribute show that same
I
week?
do think I caught like a little bit of it, and I gave it a like, but it's the problem with Facebook, right? Like people have to watch it while they're scrolling, and it's really tough. You've got to have that later. That's hopefully
why
you tune in later because you like the 30 seconds you saw.
That's why you go
because
on
you're scrolling through political posts and I hate Biden or I hate Trump, and then you watch somebody that's just relating to you, maybe, and then loving Eddie, attributing Eddie Van Halen, even on Cyber FM. But people are like, yeah, I can't do that because I just want to see what dumbass chick from my high school said next. I mean, so that's what sucks about the live Facebook thing. Unless
so much like
open, you know.
Much like your show, which is available on Cyber FM, right?
Damn right it is. I always plug it when I can, man. CyberFMradio.com. Cyber FM has been a really good friend of me.
How's it doing? Are you seeing anything out of it?
I have not. I kind of like made a little weird promise to myself that I wouldn't super get into the numbers. The last time I looked, without a doubt, it was a month or so ago, but I've had some good shit this month. I don't know if anyone has listened. Reddit gets a little bit of like I put a link on Reddit and they find it, and that's what helps a little bit. But I've had a really good like last month with some really good talent and really good fucking funny people on the show. So if you haven't heard it, check it out. Honestly, but this is the election special, and enough about me and enough about you. I guess before we go in that, I've got a real good question for you, but we got to talk about it first. I think I mentioned the Amish loving Trump, but where do you think that comes from? What's your theory on the Amish having a fucking Trump parade? The Amish.
Yeah, the Amish. Well, it probably goes back to the idea that you've got that stereotype where it's redneck, rural target audience. And like you can't get any better than that. Right. You really can't. Originalists, right? Because that's what the Amish are. They go back to original requirements of life. So I see the logic there. And to me, it's logical. It makes sense. I'm not sure, personally, how the Amish interact with the government. That might be a good question.
That's where I get hung up, James, is I can understand that, hey, there may be small business owners. Okay. You know, they understand that they're very religious, and he's played that fiddle very well. Especially with Christianity, you know what I mean? Southern Midwest. I mean, these impoverished, just like Africa, we're converting them to be Christians, so they're dumb as fuck. But here's my little theory on it, and I've heard someone else do it, but he's quoted, right? I'll paraphrase the quote of saying something like, hey, by the way, the Pennsylvania Dutch, i.e. the Amish, they're going to vote en masse. So they weren't. No one told him that. He just made it up. But I think people just want to be so fucking cool and just want to be, yeah, me too, man. Have fucking straight up went and voted and organized parades.
I will say this. If you go to the opposite end of the spectrum, I believe it's Minnesota where there's a problem. The problem in Minnesota is Kanye West is expected to take 3% of the vote.
What do you think
I swear to God, it's a problem in Minnesota.
What do you think about third-party votes or fourth-party votes or fifth-party? Like at this, not you can tell me the whole thing, but like right now, what do you think about me going and voting for Joe Jorgensen?
I think that your vote for a third party does aid in one of the two winning.
Of course it does. But that's all it does, right?
I'm not committing to say a vote for Joe Jorgensen is a vote for Trump or Biden.
Until Trump wins or Biden wins. Yeah.
Then you can argue. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, you fucked my guy out of it because you voted for this bitch.
So what happened in 2016? right? The DNC visually.
the DNC, the writing was they were
fucked
pretty
Bernie.
secret this time around, but they definitely are doing the same thing.
They screwed Bernie, and the
100%.
Bernie supporters went, well,
Fuck
you
you.
then. You're not going to vote.
Or I voted for Gary Johnson. Like me, myself, I'll tell everybody in the world, I voted for Gary Johnson because of that. Because they fucked Bernie, and they're really cool about it. Not cool,
Just,
yeah, man, that's what we do. What's
they were
up?
just Jackie
Vote for
Johnson
us.
shooting people, right? They were just
We want
they were just
a chick.
cool about it.
We want a chick to win, so fuck this old Jewish carpenter that all these people are following. Think about that for a second there, James.
Same thing goes for Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang is our age.
I was just talking about how Bernie was Jesus, or the Son of God, but never mind. Go ahead.
No, he's Jewish. How can he be the Son of God?
Jesus was a Jew. He was a Jewish carpenter, just like Bernie. That's
I'm with
the
you.
whole thing.
You could tell I've adapted well.
My jokes are just bombing. I'm thinking about bombing on stage and shit, and it sucks. I'm just bombing on my own fucking show to my favorite guest.
You got to know your audience, and I'll tell you what. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker, right? And I'm trying to be old Georgian like, right? I'm fixing to become a Southerner.
That's why you're on here. I want you to be completely different than that.
So when you say Jesus to me, now that I'm a Georgian, I'm only New Testament, right? I'm only waiting on the I'm only that's Georgia. Nobody in Georgia running around talking about Exodus, right?
Fuck that. That shit's fake.
Oh, that's fake, right?
It's fake. The Jews wrote that one.
So you understand?
Damn fucking Jews wrote that one.
By the way, maybe another show? How's there a Mormon thing over by the high school? Like, how do you survive?
I've been there since I went to high school.
How does that?
Right there, and the hot fucking chicks are like, hey, and you're just like, damn. Why don't you go to school with me? You're hot as shit for 16, and you go in and you get the fuck all of them, but the only price you pay is getting fucked by the dad. I mean, some people do it, some people don't.
But isn't Mormon like the gas station sushi of religion?
Speaking of Mormon, who was it that ran against Obama? Drank milk. The Mormon.
Romney.
I would have voted for Romney if he didn't get the shit kicked out of him by Trump in the Republican debate of 2008.
It's a valid point.
Romney had a great economic plan. He's good at good at that shit.
Wouldn't it make more sense for like a Romney-Pence ticket? Because Pence is going to give people shock therapy.
That's a whole different Well, that's back to old school, isn't it?
They're going to fry up the homos, right? That was Utah.
We're going to just nail. We're going to get rid of 2% of our world just real quick. Isn't that crazy that gays? That's the weird word, isn't it? Are like 2% of our nation's population, but it's something like that, man.
For two, they're pretty loud.
This is a crazy question. You may know, we may have done this before. How much? What do you think the population of African Americans is in this country?
Oh, it's 17% at the last.
It's like 12.
Okay.
But James,
I think we argued that too.
Honestly, it was an educated guess. I know that. A lot of people are like 40, 45. I'm like, no, man, it's like 12%.
It's like 12.
I'll look it up. Let's check that out.
Pull it up because
let's do it. I mean, why not?
It's a big argument for those people who I don't necessarily agree with. That will say
I've got into an argument with like a black activist before. And that's not me trying to I wasn't trying to get in there and be like, Trump, I hate you. You're an N-word. Like I was just like, hey man, you're singing like 40% because where you live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things
on
like
your
that,
street.
which I live in a place where it is like fucking 60-40 and shit like that. It might even be fucking 50-50 where I live. Black population in US.
So if you go to Blue Bowl,
13.4. So,
13.4.
I mean, there it is.
They met us halfway.
They met us closer to me, a little more farther for you. But at the same time, you want to talk about minority. Like, that's a they just, So
the problem. Here's the
I'm going to
obvious.
say anything I want. That's my show. And I'm a
Here's the
comedian,
obvious problem.
and it's funny. Go ahead.
I was going to say the obvious problem with the 13.4 is when that certain aggregate of political class says there's just as many white guys being shot as black guys, right? By the cops or whatever.
Right. 100% correct.
But you're not
Like,
counting
people
the
don't get it,
idea.
James.
You're not counting the idea that 13% of that equal number is 96.5%.
It's so fucking stupid how people use that shit to fucking debate,
right?
That kind of stuff. And it's both sides. You know what I mean? It's both sides, and of course it's the extremists that we see.
And it's not just people of color. They do that with healthcare. They do that with
100%.
laws, car insurance. Well, 37% of 19-year-olds speed. Well, there's only 15% of the population.
It's. Well, how about I'll give you this one before we go any further on the election talk. Young men 18 to 25 are charged more because they're more caught speeding.
Right.
Things like that, like reckless. I've never, ever, 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 ever put my makeup on going to work. I've slept with 40 chicks that have done that.
I believe it.
Once, at least once.
One thing about going into work in Manhattan every day.
Just do it.
I watch people.
Same thing. Every fucking another car.
I watched people eat bowls of cereal at the steering wheel.
I've done that. I'm just talking about makeup is pretty. No, keep going, James.
You're like, oh, shut up, man, shut up. Now you're
no, keep going.
But you know what I mean. You could read a book, right? I've seen people playing games on their Android devices. Because in New York, you're not really rolling. You're doing 15 miles an hour.
Right.
You know.
I can understand it in a sense.
But you're still going to hit somebody at 15 miles an hour. So,
yeah. You're not going to kill them.
No.
You're going to cost them maybe 6 days of work.
You might get killed if you scratch the BMW.
Yeah. You also might get shot in the fucking face for scratching my Chevy Cruze.
Yes. Hey.
I'm making payments on this motherfucker, dude.
I had a parking garage guy damage my car parking it, and
I'd fucking kill him. I'd fucking kill him.
I was livid that I wrote down on the they make you fill all this stupid form, and on the bottom they were like, "How long have you owned the car?" And I wrote down third payment. Like I was like third fucking payment, dude.
Yeah, like that's how pissed you are. Totally understood. Yeah. Totally understood.
And you pay $800 a month for them to park your car.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Thanks, sir. Let's talk about politics.
I had a plumber come to my house today, man. He was great. And I didn't have any cash on me, but I didn't think about it because he's a plumber. But when he was actually leaving, I'm like, shit, man, I wish I could give him $10 right now. I wish I'd give him 20. You know what I mean? It's just fuck, these guys do some shit work. It's God for them. You pay this parking attendant a bunch of money, but he fucks your trust. So
but he fucks your car up, yeah. I do. I tip. That was hot. I tip.
Well, that's what I'm aiming for. Thanks.
I tip in any situation where I feel like you are performing an action for me. Then that validates a tip.
So you'll tip a chick at Sonic, but not a chick at McDonald's?
No, they got the look. No, they have that. McDonald's has that glass rectangular thingy at the drive-thru, right?
Oh, Sonic's got you pay and your fucking things in your pocket before the bitch even fucking knows what your order is at this point.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a while since you've been to Sonic.
Well, have you read the St. Mary's Sonic page? It's no Fulford's Fish House, I tell you right now.
Oh, did you hear about Fulford's Fish House?
I saw them. I saw them
open back up by the owner of the Magic Mart.
Oh, then I have to be nice.
It's going to be amazing, son. If you're in St. Mary's, I know a lot of people
website down.
Kind of locally. If you're in Camden County, St. Mary's, Georgia, you gotta check out the Magic Mart on Osborne Street. Anyway, it's Osborne and Church, right by the elementary school. But opening back up where Fulford's Fish House used to be. They're leasing building. They're opening up called Southern River Walk Bar and Grill, something like that.
Oh, we're going there to get drunk.
Going to be amazing, and I'm going to eat there once a week minimum.
I'll meet you
and
there.
if they got a chicken Caesar salad, I'll eat there 4 times a week.
Fun fact.
Keep going with the fun facts, James. Love them.
You and I were on Cyber FM Radio, where you get paid in cryptocurrency to listen.
Sweet.
If you are a listener earning crypto while listening to this guy down aluminum cans of alcohol, I don't know what's going on there. So you're getting paid in crypto.
That's a pussy ass White Claw. I just drank.
White Claw.
Keep going.
So you're getting paid in crypto to listen to him drink White Claw, but you don't know how to use your crypto. If you live in St. Mary's, you go down to the Magic Market and you utilize the Magic Market Bitcoin ATM machine. Did you realize?
I've seen it. I've personally seen it. I love it. Have you put that in there?
Like how it all comes together?
Doing?
No, just smart people.
Okay, it's just smart business. No, that guy's so good. He knows what he's doing. That new restaurant's going to be amazing. Check that out. So now you go to the Magic Market, grab a little Ethereum out of the Bitcoin ATM machine, throw it in your Cyber FM radio wallet. Now look at how it all. I should go down there. Have you saw the motherfuckers that try to rob the Bitcoin machines?
I saw it on like in Seattle.
Cash and shit. They're breaking a computer apart, looking for fucking money in the middle.
There ain't no coins in here.
What, motherfucker? What? You brought me and all 4 of us here.
I thought it was light because of the dollar bills.
Oh, shit. Okay, James, you were on the show. We're peak at 30 minutes typically on my, obviously not my live, but you were on the show for a lot of reasons because you're my friend and I love you and we got a lot of things to talk about if we want to talk about. But you're on the show for a reason tonight. This is local, and a lot of people that listen to me are local, other than the Cyber FM audience. It's just, I truly love me more, me encanta, all that shit. But you're here to send a message to anyone local that listens in the next couple of hours, next 24 hours. I want to hear about it. I want you to fucking just have at it, and I'll shut up for as long as I possibly can.
So
this is your show.
This is my no pressure. So I was considering myself. We all have our political views, and I believe it's very important. I believe your local politics are by far much more important than your federal ones, right? Trump and Biden, they can do whatever they want to do. It's what happens to you on Route 40 here in Kingsland that actually affects your life. And we have a very interesting local political fight going on right now for something that should absolutely not be political. And that is district attorney for Camden County and Glynn County. Now, nowhere in the world should a DA ever run on a political.
You should not have a party, right?
You're a criminal. You're either a criminal or you're an angel. It doesn't matter if you're conservative or Democrat or Green. So Jackie Johnson has decided that she's going to make the core of her campaign based on political partisanship. So leave it to me to make the fun. I make
my mic's muted, but yeah, I think you're good. Partisanship.
Jump in anytime, man.
Yeah, but I want you to have the floor here because it's important because I understand the local. What you're saying is, no, I'm the comedian here, right? You're not. Right. I'll take over for a second. Jackie Johnson is a cunt. That's what you're trying to say. Now, elaborate on that. Jackie Johnson's a fucking cunt. Tell me why.
So let's go back.
She could fry me, by the way.
Let's go back a few years.
Sure. We all better make this quick.
All right. I'll summarize.
You're fine.
What was the Spaceballs? All right. The short version. Now that you should mute. All right. Years ago, when I was new to Georgia, before I was Facebook famous, we had a little problem. Had a little problem, right? Had a 35-year-old, 40-year-old, middle-aged type guy threaten to beat up my 12-year-old son.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't think it matters where you live in this nation. That's just a retard fucking moment, right? No grown-ass man would ever...
Retard. Oh, I don't... Sorry. R words. I don't say retards. That's bullshit.
Well, if you threaten to beat up a 12-year-old, you're a retard.
I get it. I just don't say it.
So what happens is my gut instinct kicked in, but we were new to Camden, so it was important that we not bring that New York lifestyle here. I met up with the guy and two of his friends, and I explained to him that it'd be a cold day in hell if you think you can get away with even saying that in front of me.
Yeah.
And I was younger, right? I'm 45 now.
We understand being dumb and young, but
I'm built well still, but not like I was 10 years ago. So the two friends with him, they immediately realized we're not gonna call James's bluff. So they abandoned the poor bastard. And I said, okay, you're gonna beat up my 12-year-old? Here I am. Let me see you try it. Of course he did. What we didn't know is that my wife was recording everything on audio. So when she and her friend, another woman who lived in the apartment complex, signaled over to me, and I'm in front of two women, right? I'm not going to decimate this guy in front of my wife and another friend. The friend signals to me, hey, she's recording this. So I say to myself, this is in the bag. I'm going to be the bigger man here and say, check you later. Run to the St. Mary's Police Department. Go to the St. Mary's Police Department, and they were by far fantastic. I was impressed at the St. Mary's.
There's nothing else to fucking do, man. That's why they get so excited.
They were so excited.
I mean, I love them. I respect them, but
I'm not a big fan of cops. So I go to St. Mary's, and the detective, we won't name her, but we all know her and love her. She's one of the few good detectives. She catches something on the audio recording that even I didn't catch. And she goes, we're going to fry this month. This guy's going straight to jail. Give it a day or two goes by, and I go, hey, what's up? The St. Mary's Police Department says you got to come down. I come down there, and they go, literally, they go, we are so beside ourselves in embarrassment. There is nothing that we can say to make you feel any better. The DA feels that there is nothing here to charge. And I said, what? Like, yeah, the detective.
You're being cut in a wheelchair.
The detectives.
That's what she thinks. That's her conclusion.
That maybe.
You got this. What do they call it? You get this self-importance. This PC importance, like this. You can't fuck with me because I'm in a wheelchair. That's what she's thinking, or were you acting like a bitch? Like, it doesn't sound like you were. I mean, it sounds like a good story, but I understand
because I was new to the area.
I'm trying to play the other side here.
I was on what we call best behavior.
Oh, you're from New York. Yeah. Oh yeah, they hate you.
But the St. Mary's Police Department was behind me, 110%.
I mean, you got fucked with.
And of course I believe the acting sergeant, the head sergeant, was from Baltimore PD at the time under Hatch. But anyway, they all said to me, this is unbelievable. There's nothing that we can say. We tried. And I looked at them and I said, I get it. It's okay. Yeah. And I told them, they could be watching this podcast right now. And I told them.
I love it.
I'll handle it. So I handled it. Needless to say, fast forward, that man no longer resides in Camden County, and he knows that he will never come back to Camden County.
So this is a whole preface, James.
This is a preface.
What you want to see about, or what you want to say about Jackie Johnson.
My story.
This whole thing was a build-up.
There's a build-up.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Keep going. I want to know about Jackie Johnson now.
So Jackie Johnson decides it's perfectly okay for a middle-aged man to threaten to beat up a 12-year-old and press no charges. Jackie Johnson.
She was the DA at the time of all this.
Now, yes. Keep in mind, I've just basically admitted to a crime on your show.
That's fine.
I assure you
Gives a
that
fuck about that.
not
show.
well, Jackie Johnson,
8.
right?
8 listeners.
Mick Mother. All right, Jackie Johnson is the current DA.
Yeah.
When
She's going to win again.
She is going to win again.
She had the money campaign.
When I took the law into my own hands, I resolved the problem. I suffered no consequences. I am now on Facebook admitting to taking the law into my own hands.
Did you kill somebody, James?
Absolutely not. He's alive and well.
Okay, so you did not play judge, jury, and executioner. You just kind of played judge and figured something out?
I played sheriff, and I evicted him.
Oh, so you didn't even get to judge. You didn't even get to judge.
He lives in Boston.
My problem is judge, jury, and executioner becomes in somebody's hands. Please keep going. I'm going to shut up. I know where you're going with this, and I'm going to shut up, and I want you to please keep going.
For the record, when someone like me takes care of something like that, he moved to Boston. 3 weeks later, we sent somebody to his house in Boston, knocked on his door to remind him that even in Boston, he's not to leave Boston. And I remember my friend at the time enjoyed it because
he goes, games. It's all good.
The guy trickled a little piss down his leg, and my friend was like, "You okay, man?" So that's the type of message that we sent. I took the law into my own hands.
And then it's over. And then it's over after that. To be honest, to be fair, it's done.
Haven't heard from the guy since.
You know what I mean?
Kinda. The problem is this with Jackie Johnson.
No, go ahead. No, please go ahead. It's your show.
I should have known then that we had a fucked up DA, right? So a DA should never allow that to happen. And if it does happen, the DA should be like, hey, that guy went and took the law into his own hands. Let's figure it out.
Bam. The DA, good idea, right?
Right? Law and order. That's your job. You have one job.
Protect and serve.
Protect and serve.
The cops and the lawyers and the people that are fucking trying. And the DA is law and order. Like, we vote for those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we vote for them. So they don't have an excuse. A guy that's making $14 an hour trying to protect and serve and fucks up every once in a while, I got his back. I really do. Because I know like most of them do go into this with good intentions and fuck up, and it sucks. And you're the biggest guy or the biggest point that you ever made it. Like, you're making jack shit money, and so it sucks. You're a DA, and I know how politics works. And I know that you're sitting in a fucking $350,000 house right now with your fucking 4 kids and not giving a fuck about money. And you've made it. So it's not protect and serve for you. Now it's law and order. You're the smart one. You're the desk jockey. You're the motherfucker that's supposed to make this shit real. Really.
And protect us.
Excuse me. I'll fucking be, and I'm from Scotland, James. And if your little 12-year-old fucking piece of shit came up to my house and did some piece of shit, I'd grab him by the goddamn t-shirt and I'd tell him I was going to kick his ass.
Right.
And that's fine. He'd come back to your house and you go, yeah, you might have should not have been fucking doing that.
Well, in our situation,
your story goes that he was threatened by a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You said some shit, didn't work. I think I know where you're going with this. So let's fucking continue, sir. I'm shutting up again.
So that's over, right? Homie's up in Boston and he's never coming back to Camden. Life's good.
Yeah.
Then one day, so let's fast forward.
Sure.
Let's fast forward right to
people hate hearing my analysis.
Yeah. Let's fast forward to let's run with Maud, right?
Oh, wait, what?
Let's skip ahead and go back.
I'm with it. I love it. I was just trying to make the shock factor.
So when Running with Maud became a national viral sensation because Jackie Johnson allowed fake police officers,
did she?
She allowed fake police officers to literally lynch and kill a black man in a public street in broad daylight. There's no other way to summarize that, right?
How could you fucking vote for her?
You allowed fake police to lynch and kill a black man in broad daylight on a public street. That is the epitome or the antithesis. Here I go with the words again.
Go with the words, man. That's fine.
It is the opposite of law and order. It is the opposite of law and order. When you allow,
and it's the opposite protect and serve from the fake police.
Absolutely, the fake police
protect and serve.
If her real police can't,
I think speeding tickets are a crime. You'd be like, hey, hold the fuck on. If we catch you again, we'll get you. But like,
everybody's
first offense speeding tickets are a fucking crime. So you're not protecting and serving when you're doing that.
So
that's the first part of the police problem. They get laid. Either dick sucked from some chick that doesn't want to fucking pay a $500 fine because she was speeding. And that's bullshit. That's the start of the police problem. Go ahead, James.
I believe with Jackie, it's finger banging. But at any rate,
got it.
We have to ask Sheriff Proctor, maybe. So we allowed to run with Maud because we allowed these fake cops to kill the man in broad daylight in the public street because he was black. Dude. The cops got away with it, and Jackie Johnson said, that's fine. No big deal.
Well, tell me the whole story. Like, didn't they call like her at 4:00 in the afternoon and be like, hey, we kill an N-word. We need to fucking know what to do about it. I'm speculating. I don't know shit, but I've heard. So
it's what at do you that know? Level. It's at what I know.
Close to that?
What I know is that it was brought to her attention immediately.
And so like they kill him at 3, and I'll give them immediately. It's like 4:30 because they just killed a motherfucker.
Well, you got to stop, take a piss, have a cigarette.
They gotta definitely take like the biggest, quickest shit they ever taken, and like maybe the quickest ever shower they've ever taken because the cop might be coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like they've got to fucking be panicking.
So I disagree.
They just killed someone.
I disagree.
Blood. Okay.
If you're friends with the DA,
there it is. There it is.
You're not panicking. You're calling up Jackie, be like, "Hey, baby doll, sugar pie."
So did they call her like immediately? So let's say they killed the guy at 3. Do you think she knew by 3:30, or was I right to assume it was like 5 because they did they maybe took a shit and took a shower? But like, you know what I mean? What do you think? Like 3:30, she fucking knew about it?
I'll go 5.
Okay, so she knew kind of after, like right after.
Now no
one else knew. Motherfucker's body's laying on the fucking ground for.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Ahmaud Arbery's body's just chilling for a minute.
The Glynn County Police Department.
Fucking poor guy, man.
Not exactly St. Mary's Police Department. These guys are like literally Roscoe Coltrane, right? How sad is that? St. Mary's, quaint little town. They carry the books in the car to ensure that they follow the law. Glynn County, you got Roscoe going, you, and he's shooting his revolver in air. So you would think that the big city would do it right. And us small town folks do it wrong.
I think it's a little weird known fact. I'm going to pull it up. That we have actually more population than Brunswick. But keep going with your point. I mean, I'm with you. We should have more. Brunswick, I finished my firefighter school. And Brunswick, Georgia's fire department was like, hey, man, come on in. We have $9 an hour for you. Come on.
Better than New York where it's free.
Bro.
So at any rate.
$9.
So
right,
Jackie,
$16,000 in Brunswick.
Jackie allowed for him to be killed, period.
Oh, yeah.
And you can summarize that. Now, Jackie also played a very vital role in...
She didn't allow for him to be killed. She allowed for him to be, oh, he's dead. Let's fucking figure it out from there. Right?
I'll say that she
didn't send anyone out to go kill the motherfucker, did she?
I will say that she allowed him.
18,000 in St. Mary's, Georgia, to 16,000 in Brunswick. So it's a big misconception.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting, man. It's a serious fucking bullshit, no bullshit thing.
So why are we so much classier? You would think that we have going back to your ratios and percentages. All right, I don't want to go there. So
no, I do want to go there because it's the fucking the election special, but I kind of want you to get your point across, and I just keep interrupting. I'm sorry about that. So
we got all the time.
Go ahead with your Jackie Johnson shit, and then let's finish a few points before the hour and a half happens, and we're done.
So let's go back.
Sounds great.
Let's go backwards to Tony Green. She played a vital role in Tony Green because once again, it's an example of law enforcement overstepping their bounds.
Again, hold your thought really quick for the listeners. Tony Green was a guy that was killed in Kingsland, Georgia, running away from the police and was shot 4 times in the back, some shit like that.
7.
Running away from the police. Hey, I don't care if he was high on heroin. He wasn't holding a knife or a gun. He wasn't going to kill anybody. I know he was on fucking heroin, which, hey, we can maybe calm him down with a goddamn taser. Tony Green was running away and got shot in the back. And the cop got, 11 months of nice guy jail and got out. And I don't think he'll ever be a cop again. He may have to work at Burger King for the rest of his life. However, he's out and he's free. And that's okay if, that's the rule that we sign. If we all agree to it or vote on it, I'm into it. But I don't fucking like giving these motherfuckers that kind of power. Judge, jury, and executioner. What I was saying, James, you didn't do that. You knew better. You played a little bit of sheriff, crooked-ass sheriff in Andy Griffith's next town over. But you didn't play judge, jury, and executioner. And that's the problem I've got with it. And I don't think it has anything to do with there's only 40 videos. I think there should have been 140 videos that would have, it would have been better. I mean, it's bullshit. That being said, please keep going.
So with that, your line, right? With that being said, we have 3 murder mistrials under Jackie Johnson, just in Glynn County. The other 2 aren't as popular. The other 2 aren't as popular. But Running with Maud was number 1.
But that's what happens.
And then, so we also had Tony Green here in Kingsland.
Big one.
Absolutely big. Went viral nationally. Again, we should not be on the map for that. So there's 4. Here's the story that a lot of you don't know. And this goes in between my situation and Tony Green. This didn't make the news at all because the victim is white. So, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that's why it didn't make the news.
That's the news, dude. That's what happens. Victims are victims. We see a lot more. Go ahead.
Woodbine Jail. Woodbine Jail is not a prison. It is not a state-funded prison. It is. Maybe people don't know. Maybe Jackie Johnson doesn't know the difference. Woodbine is a jail, not a prison, which means that my tax dollars, your tax dollars, and everybody on Osborne Avenue or whatever, their tax dollars.
Whatever, don't care.
Pay
St. Mary's, Kingsland.
Or everybody in Camden County, their tax dollars pay for the food, the heat, the electricity, the medical needs of the prisoners in Woodbine Jail. Based on the theory that you go to jail for whatever it is that you did wrong until you see the judge, and then you move on with your life. We've all been in the drunk tank.
That's always happened, has it not?
We've all been in the drunk tank. We've all. I won't speak for everybody. I got that.
I have twice.
Sure.
2.5 times.
I have an impressive record of nothing but
2.5 times. I'll tell you about the 0.5 later.
So we know that Woodbine is out of prison. A young man by the name of Andy, and we'll leave it there.
Okay.
Spent 3.5 years in Woodbine. 3.5 years is a prison term.
Why the fuck did that guy spend 3.5 years in the Woodbine County? Why 3.5 years in county is a whole lot different. That's a whole. What's going on there?
I'm glad
What's going on there, James? Come on.
I'm glad you asked, Mick Motherwell.
Yeah.
So Andy
asked. I didn't fucking chop anyone's head off or chop him to death, man. I asked.
Hey, yo, so this guy, he does
fucking
3.5 years in the clink. You know what I mean?
Don't you use that New York axed to me shit.
Forget about it.
I asked you.
Home Slice is in this jail for 3.5 years. Why? Because it was conveniently pinned on him that he was some sort of organized crime head unit who murdered a guy. Murdered a guy, severed his fingers, and left him his lifeless body on the side of Route 17 up in Woodbine in the woods. Now that's a fantastic.
You better wrap this shit up. Because you talked about Ahmaud Arbery, and then you went into this shit that doesn't even sound half as fucking gross.
It's all going to come together for you. It's all going to come together for you.
I'm ready for it, man. You're the best.
So Jackie Johnson has no idea what the difference between a prison and a jail is. Jackie decided...
Fact. Hashtag fact.
Nobody, and you're going to find out so listen.
I'm listening, buddy.
Guy's in there 3.5 years, and I, in my time, I'm a speed racer. I'm a drag racer. I evict people from Camden County. I go to jail sometimes. So I'm in Woodbine with this guy, and he says to me, I didn't do it. And I went all Shawshank. Nobody here did it. Right?
I was going to say, have you ever seen the Shawshank? No one ever did it, right?
If you look at this guy, you look at him and you go...
He totally fucking did it. And he did way more than he got caught for.
Right. No, you look at this guy and you go, this guy couldn't beat up a 12-year-old kid as a grown man. Right? You look at him and you go, you might as well admit to it because that would be cooler right now. Saying that you're up for this is kind of silly.
Yeah, right.
So Jackie Johnson has no idea. And honestly, we can argue that the Camden County Sheriff had no idea.
I don't know shit about either of them.
Oh, you could Google it.
I really, honestly, innocently don't, James. But here's what I can tell you. I don't think the sheriff had anyone voting against him. But I didn't vote for him.
Oh, yeah.
I voted against every incumbent in St. Mary's, including a vote for Jay Marino. Totally voted for him.
Did you vote for Lisa? I voted for him. Did you vote for Lisa? Lisa James?
No, I voted for Jay. Not the other chick, because I didn't know shit about her.
No, she's a good girl.
My theory is that if you want fucking change, vote for fucking change, dude. Go for it. It's like Bernie. How can I stand here and be a Bernie guy goes, I don't know if he'd have got shit done, but it would have been cool to get him in. Same with Jay, right? I'm just going to fucking vote for the guy.
Let's finish the not approved, paid for message by Keith Higgins. So
go for it.
This guy spent 3.5 years in jail. Jackie wanted every reason in the world to pin the murder on this guy. And it took her 3.5 years of a whole lot of evidence that just never came about. How much of a hard-on, how swollen is your... How badly do you want this guy guilty? Do you know who killed him?
That just proved a goddamn point.
Do you know who the real murderer is? And you need to do everything in your power to make sure that the skinny computer geek fuck spends 3.5 years in jail, which is
we're talking about you still.
Right. At any rate,
Jackie Johnson's fucking with you.
So at this point, Atlanta gets involved. Now, do you see a pattern with the state?
I got you. I still don't understand how you vote Republican.
How many times? How many times does the state have to get involved when you're the DA to do your job? Once, all right. Twice, hey now. 3 times, what the fuck's going on?
3 times, Ahmaud Arbery.
4 times, you're just not good at your job. 5 times.
4 times, get the fuck. You should be get the fuck on, man.
5 times, you shouldn't be allowed to rerun.
We're at 6 or 7. Like, come on with it.
3.5 years later, Andy's aunt brings cookies to the Woodbine jail every weekend. The correction officers love her. They all share cookies. Wait for it. Yeah, the corrections officer tells the aunt, we just love Andy. He's amazing. Atlanta gets involved. They said, holy shit, you're in Woodbine for 3.5 years? The GBI pulls him out, transfers him to the actual prison in Atlanta.
Where he's supposed to be.
Where he should have been.
Should have been, yeah.
Mick, this man saw the judge in 3 days. And the judge went, there is no fucking way you committed this murder. Get the fuck out of Georgia. Homie lives in Las Vegas now.
Get the fuck out of Georgia.
He lives in
Las Vegas. That, you think, for real?
He basically, they could not.
Get the fuck out of the state and go live your life happily and free.
This kid
lives. Sake, man.
This guy lives
It's
in
so
Vegas.
small town. Georgia's so small town.
I've stayed in touch with him. He lives in Vegas. He has a good IT job.
Play
He's never been.
I was gonna say play some fucking poker and just make some fucking
Sure.
$200,000 a year. Just
Never
chilling
found
on
guilty.
poker. How cool would that be?
Why?
Fuck, man.
Listen, here's what it comes down to.
James.
Here's what it comes down to.
So
now let's summarize. Let's summarize.
No, summarize, because I got some questions for you. Let's summarize. Okay. Go for it.
Let's summarize my opinion.
I want to hear this. This is the whole reason I did this, is to hear this. I'm shutting up until you tell me to talk again. All right, done. Go.
Get up tomorrow. We're going to go vote. We're going to vote for either Keith Higgins or Jackie Johnson. She will probably win because let's be honest about our locals, right?
South fucking Georgia, dude.
South Georgia. But here's the deal. You're going to elect a woman that is responsible for all of our law and order. She does have no definition in her mind as to what law and order is. She has failed miserably at pinning crimes on people that didn't deserve the crime. She has failed miserably on pinning crimes on people that do deserve to have it pinned on them. She has failed miserably at following through on heinous crimes. Beating a 12-year-old kid is not acceptable. There is nobody in this town that would not say, "Nah, James, go ahead.
You're right.
Allow you." And she has failed miserably at maintaining any sort of social order other than Proctor, with his, I'm going to say it, lapping up and down her lips to get her to come so that he could stay the fucking sheriff. Because, of course, his sheriffs are protected. That's what Jackie Johnson does. She protects your sheriffs. She protects your cops.
Quickly and firing a gun. Oh, go. If I need to wait, you need me to wait. I'll wait.
Wait.
Keep going. No, I'll wait.
If you want to elect somebody that allows people like me to commit my own crimes for my own reason, if you want to elect somebody that allows people to go to jail for no reason because she wanted them to, and if you want to elect somebody that allows other criminals, much like myself, to get away with doing shady shit, I am more than happy to keep Jackie Johnson as the DA. Because I am more than happy to continue taking the law into my own hands. Nothing you could do about it. Nah.
I think it's pretty cool to fly under the radar and to live in a state, in a region where they're really not trying to fuck with you because you're so dumb and you're so stupid to be here sometimes. Like, they're not reading your fucking Facebook and your porn searches and stuff like that. And I think that's cool, right? But I don't think it's cool. And you didn't even mention it on the if you like this, if you like that. I don't think it's cool, but a fucking man, black or white, was shot in cold fucking blood for doing jack shit that we know about, that we really know about.
Okay.
And the whole goddamn country knows 911 Deuce. The whole 911 Deuce used to be the thing. Now 912, you can put that into Google. They're like, oh, Ahmaud Arbery. It's bullshit to me. That's what's fucking killing me, dude, is I didn't used to live in a place like that.
And you're leading to my angle right now. You just led right into my angle.
I wanted to. By the way, you don't need to mention it. I can't edit this, bitch. It's live.
You saw it coming. You led right into my angle. If you have any pride, right? Georgians are always talking about go dogs or whatever it is.
Go dogs and all that shit.
If you have pride, Tifton, if you have pride, if you have any pride in yourself or how your daddy raised you, whatever it is that you Southerners say, if you have any pride, why should you be proud that Jackie Johnson has made you the laughing stock of the nation? Nobody in LA should know where St. Mary's, Georgia is.
No one in Montana should know about Glenn County, Georgia for a murder of a black man on the goddamn street and then the crookedness of the fucking DA when it happened. You're so right, James. You're so right, man. You're
On
so
the
right.
nobody in the lakes at Chicago should be like, yo, at least we ain't getting killed up here by them.
Right.
Nobody.
And we're a big fucking piece of the headline.
Nobody in New York should be telling me 10 years ago, 10 years ago,
town.
10 years ago, James, you done moved to that town where they got the barbecue sauce they ship nationwide. Now you can get it for me cheap.
Sounds good.
10 years later, James, you live in that town where they just openly shoot the N-words in the street.
Damn it, dude.
And I have to go.
They just shoot them N-words.
That's what they do. Now, if you have any pride, you go ahead and vote for
Those
Keith
ants
Higgins.
can't make it to the queen. We're just going to kill them.
Keith Higgins.
That's how you got to think about it, James. Yeah?
Let's give the guy
simply, that's how dumb those motherfuckers are. They have no reason. Those ants aren't going to make it to the queen, so I'm just going to fucking kill them.
That's about right.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
You understand the KKK shit better than I do.
Stupid white people are the worst.
They really
I agree, and I believe in evolution, dude. I really do. And I can get in the super fact of it. But I also agree that we've been, for too long, just agreeing with smart white people. And so now our smartest white people are the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. Back to my election special.
What is it, 62% of us? So
something like that.
Right, I'm close. So anyway,
dumb as
the reason I'm voting for Keith Higgins is because A, I'm getting a little old and I'm not getting as strong anymore. I am. I'm tired of taking the fucking law into my own hands. I don't want to have to. I didn't sign up to be a 14-year-old, $14 an hour cop. That's not my gig.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about the cops. We're not hating on the cops when we say that.
No.
We're saying it sucks that that's what they're getting paid. Oh, they're getting paid. Come start out in Jacksonville, Florida, where a cop gets killed every month. $46,000 an hour. Like, wait, what? A cop gets killed every month. That's a fact. James, it's a fucking fact.
Well, Jacksonville's...
Oh, we'll train you.
Yeah.
Thanks. To get killed?
But listen.
Fuck you.
Focus on this. Focus, right?
Okay, I will.
If you have pride and you don't want people like me...
I don't have any.
But you should.
I'll show my dick right now. I'll show you I've got zero pride.
If you have any pride at all, and you're tired, and you're tired of people like me, arrogant, narcissistic New Yorkers, if you're tired of people like me taking the law into our own hands,
okay,
and if you're tired of finding dead bodies in your, look at a poor old lady where they shot Tony Green. That chick walked out her front lawn and went,
I found the fucking poor old lady was dead.
She was like, no. She was like, that's my driveway. Can you get your dead body thing that you did out of my driveway? Imagine walking out of your house to find a cop who, by the way... My
wife worked at the bank of the parking lot it happened in. My wife worked there. Oh, yeah. I went and did like 3 different live podcasts there. And I had 0 viewers, but I tried.
How freaked out would you be if you walk out your front door, there's a dead guy in your driveway, right? The dead guy's in your driveway, and you say to yourself, I'm going to call the police. Then you realize
we are the police.
The cop is right there at your front door, and he's having a fucking panic attack.
God damn it. It might get flagged, man. If it gets... Oh, I pulled this up just for you. I did pull this up just for you. Jackie Johnson porn. That's going to get flagged anyway.
Anyway.
YouTube. No, let's do YouTube. So, no, I'm listening. Please go.
At the end of the day,
oh, we didn't
if you want to elect,
all right, good.
If you want to elect Jackie Johnson, I promise the community this: I, James Tiley, will consistently and constantly drive 35 miles an hour over the speed limit in the school zone whenever the fuck I please, because I know I'll get away with it. I, James Tiley, will attempt for a second time to endanger the health and welfare of Jay Moreno, because I can get away with it.
I just voted for that motherfucker.
I will continue to take the law into my own hands, and this legal system...
Well, Jay Moreno wouldn't have...
I'm on a roll, Mick. This legal system in Southeast Georgia will never, ever, ever, on national radio, pin a crime on me, and I will get away with it because Jackie Johnson is your DA. So if you want to see me
Fact.
behave,
Yeah.
and drive like an angel and just shrug my shoulders at people like Jay
Well-
Moreno, then vote for Keith Higgins, because if
Let's-
Keith Higgins is the DA, I'm going to be afraid to continue to do what I do.
That. Let's talk about that, James. Is it because that she lets innocent black men get murdered in the street and then
She
pretends
allows-
to not have anything to do with it for like 8 hours? Like, is that where it comes from, or where does it come from, like, specifically?
It comes from the fact that the pussy is a pussy. She does not
The
want to
sky is
challenge.
blue, and I totally understand that.
The challenge, any challenge, did Andy actually commit that murder? Did so and so run away? Did so and so?
She's just gone.
deserve-
She's nowhere to be
She's
found.
like, oh, challenge! I don't know what to do. Help me, GBI.
Got
And the
it.
GBI is just fucking
Got
embarrassed.
it. Got it.
She is not.
All right.
Listen. All right. Wait. Here's my
Okay,
statement.
Yeah. Yep.
We all know this.
Listening.
I make a
I'm
lot
listening.
of fucking money. We know I make a lot of money. I brag about
I get
it.
that.
Right?
I know you.
Why do I want my tax dollars? Why can't my tax dollars pay teachers and police officers? Why does my tax dollars have to go to some bitch who's afraid of any challenge and doesn't commit or doesn't pursue her job unless Proctor is in between her legs lapping like a fucking puppy? Why is it that my tax dollars, which I might argue is more important than the average resident's tax dollars?
To who?
I'm a part of the 1%. More of my tax dollars.
No, I will disagree that you are. I don't know that. I don't know much about. I know you're doing well. Don't get me wrong. Let me ask you this, like, just before I even get in my notes.
Unfortunately, my books are open.
But you fucking led me there, and then what I was thinking is, this is a vote anyway. Like, who really gives a shit? You're talking about her things going crazy. All you gotta do is make a little spotlight in politics, I think, and then you're fine. You're fine for another fucking 10, 15 years. Like, you can retire
down
on
here.
that.
Down here, yeah.
Especially down here.
Yeah.
But you're talking this about Jackie Johnson and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to get against you. I'm just trying to, like, who beats her out? Who fucking takes over? Like, it's a lot of money involved, obviously. Like, I don't even you know who it is running against her, and please name it. But, like, I don't see shit for him because he's got $150 in his pocket, and he goes into a barber shop and gets it. It's politics is fucked on that sense, yeah.
So there's an old joke when I was an executive on Wall Street for a lot of years, and used to, and I'm sure that joke applies everywhere. You'd say, "Hey, can you write me a reference letter?" And I say, I'm getting rid of
I've done that a few times.
Of course, I'll write you a reference letter. Dear so-and-so, no one can do a better job than Mick Motherwell. What did I say? No one can do a better job than Mick Motherwell. So, yes, no one can do a better job than Jackie Johnson. You might as well elect some guy who wants to give it a shot because he can't do any worse than Jackie Johnson.
Do you think Trump has used that to his advantage? Because I do, and I mean that in a real way. And I've heard, I'm not stealing this, but it's been my thought that Trump's had this whole thing like, "Hey, if you don't like me, that's cool, but do you want a nuclear explosion in LA? Oh, I bet you don't. So don't vote for me." Or yeah. If you want a nuclear explosion in LA, vote for the other guy. He's done that fucking. He'll definitely get those motherfuckers in like Mississippi and Louisiana and like Montana. They have like 50 miles to McDonald's. He's just like, "Hey, it's cool if you don't like me, but if you want to survive the next 5 years, you're probably like." He plays that fake ass bullshit, yeah or no? He plays it. He does play that well.
I will argue the other side and say,
Joe
Biden, 3 debates in a row, Joe Biden used the same exact words. Obviously, it's scripted. Where he said, "How many of you reach across your kitchen table and your loved one is no longer there? Or how many of you rolled over in bed and they're gone? You are going to die.
That's going to get him 210,000 votes. I mean, that's fact, but it's only
But the fear,
210,000.
you're talking about fear mongering. The
Yeah,
fear
of
mongering
course.
is fantastic on the
You don't think Trump's ever done it?
No, I did not
Like
say
I just
that.
opened with. You
I
do
did not
not
say
think
that.
Trump's ever fucking fear-mongered when he's like, hey, you can vote for Biden, but he's going to raise your taxes and there's going to be a nuclear bomb going off. Like, wait, what?
But Joe Biden is equally fear-mongered. And
Of course,
I am the guy.
Look, I am not here saying that anyone's worse or better than the other.
I want you to understand
I'm
my
just saying
thought
some
process.
of the funny shit.
Here's my thought process.
Please.
If I say 3 and you say 3, we negate it, and now it's not
You
a
think
subject.
I'm saying 6 and you're saying 9?
If I say 3, follow me, Mick.
Yeah.
I say 3. You say 3. We agree on the number 3. Now the subject is a moot point, and we don't discuss it anymore.
You're right. All right.
Joe Biden fearmongers. Donald Trump
Joe Biden's a
fearmongers.
fucking corpse.
It's a negation, and now it's no longer a subject.
I think Joe Biden, and I've got a bit, but I've got a couple of questions before I get into that bit. But I've got a bit. I think Joe Biden picked the wrong woman of color. And he buried himself and he trapped himself in the corner when he said he was going to pick a woman of color. And that's what really is going to fuck him. However, I do think he's going to win. I've got a couple of questions, and let's kind of, me and you, I know I'm a talker. I know, love you, and I want to hear you. A few questions, and then let's get into that bit, right? This week marks 100 years since women have been able to vote.
Yeah.
What do you think about that and today? Like, because obviously a lot of guys out there would love if they didn't. Both sides. Oh, fuck. The wife's voting the other way. It happens.
I would say, see, it's so.
You love it.
Here's the problem.
Oh, shit. This is great, by the way.
I have a horrible, and I don't want to change the subject, so I'm going to try to keep it relative.
Go ahead, dude.
I have a horrible perception when we discuss minorities in politics. And that goes for Black people, Hispanic Americans, women, gays, Jews, all of them. Here's my statement. Do you know who doesn't care about Black, gay, Jewish, transgender, disabled people?
Politicians.
Black, gay, Jewish, transgendered people.
That's a good statement, man. It does happen. Yeah. You're fucking doing all right. And yeah, go ahead, please.
So when and I'm going to go all out for you. When people of color demand reparations for what's happened in the past, I am the one minority class that's allowed to look at them and go, it must be nice having a minimum wage in 2020.
Because no one look at you one fucking or 2 times.
But they don't know. It's not their fault. No, when I say that, I mean all Americans' fault, honestly. Right? When women talk about the glass ceiling in their career, I go, it must be nice having a floor. So people don't.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard, you retarded motherfucker.
But is it not true?
Disabled
Americans people.
You're so retarded.
Disabled American people.
I get that point.
Disabled American people are the only minority class. I love it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, please keep going. I can't say a word. It must be nice having a floor. James Siley, king of podcasts. Please go ahead. I'm so sorry.
So imagine a law.
Oh, that's funny.
Imagine a law in 2020 where women are not allowed to have a minimum wage.
Okay.
Imagine that law. Does it sound ridiculous?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want you now to imagine a law where a Black person cannot marry another Black person if they want to keep their health care. Does that sound crazy?
That sounds insane. I
want you to imagine another law where a Jewish person is not nope, let's be funny.
Okay.
I want you to imagine a law where a homosexual
for Fuck the Jews. Let's be funny.
Fuck the Jews. That wouldn't be funny. Imagine.
Fuck greedy. Let's be funny.
It must be nice to be displaced like that, Jewish America.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Imagine a law where homosexuals are not allowed to own a vehicle worth more than $3,000.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you talking about? What are you doing right now? Like, please get to the point.
Get to the point is that disabled Americans have to abide by all those laws.
All of those that you just fucking said.
If you are disabled,
shut the fuck up.
It's in the books. You look it up. If you're disabled and you are on what they call the Social Security plan,
sure,
you will lose your Medicare benefits if your car is worth $3,001.
Shut the front door.
It is called an asset resource limitation. Imagine a law where you were told if you marry you marry a Scottish woman because you're Scottish, you both lose your income by 50%.
Because you did like some inner fucking...
You married your own kind.
Fuck me, dude. Let me ask you about that, like...
So what do these other minorities really complain about when they think,
I guess that's what I'm fucking trying to go with. It's just like... In general, like, let me ask you right now, why are you voting for Trump? All that shit you just said, all that kind of hardship, that bad time you've had, why are you voting red?
All of those laws that I mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, a bill becomes a law.
This is you. You're different than me. And we're all, this is what proves it. We are completely different people.
If I hated people that I could legitimately say, if you vote for so-and-so, you hate handicapped people.
Oh, fuck.
I would have no friends. I would have no friends at all. Right?
What do you think and why are you doing it?
But the reason why I argue this is this. Every single law that I've mentioned to you just now was created by the Democratic Party. So
when?
From 1960.
Kennedy was Democrat, but
from 1960,
he wouldn't run on that ticket anymore. Also, Trump ran on Republican twice. He wouldn't do it anymore. Or Democrat twice.
1964, 1978.
Okay, so right after Kennedy, or was a little shitty. Little, what the fuck are we doing? Go ahead.
But this is all right. So you got the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Yep.
When you had an opportunity, you drafted. Is it great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
What did it say? It said that everybody's
fucking equal.
Except for handicapped people. Handicapped people were purposely left out of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
So I'm wrong on that sense. However, can you understand if I'm right? Like, I'm not going to send James to war. I'm going to send James into a fucking factory to work. Yay or nay?
Free.
You can't walk to. Oh, see, not for free. That's where the bullshit happens.
Now that's the Fair Labor Act. That's the Fair Labor Act.
They've
done
a
different act.
Yeah, they keep acts and acts just keep coming out, dude.
So you never heard about the section, the 1972. Did we ever talk about the civil rights protests for disabled Americans?
This is your fucking platform.
We hold the record to this day in 2020 for the longest protest ever to be conducted in Washington. And what the disabled people did in 1972 was
you weren't even fucking alive.
I wasn't alive. So these people got together. They all went to Washington, and they, with their wheelchairs and their crutches and their blind people and the deaf people and the R-word people, all of them.
The fucking R-words.
The fucking R-words. They all went.
Goddamn.
Do you know what they did?
Indecisive R-words.
They made an appointment to go see Congress. And Congress was like, okay, come on in. They came in, and they refused to leave. They said, we're not going to leave. Now, what do you do? Even I can laugh at this. Bunch of fucking cripples show up in your house, and they go, we're not leaving. And you go, ha, 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 yeah, right? They didn't leave.
Who was the first one to shout, cripple fight?
Cripple? That was South Park.
Nobody did that?
I wasn't there. I was aboard.
I'm listening, James.
Timmy! But what happened was they said, we're not leaving. And they were like, okay.
Go.
If you jump out of your wheelchair, you're not going to drag a motherfucker downstairs. So So when they said they're not
You
leaving,
guys are hamming that shit.
right? They wound
No
up
way.
by the end of the protest. So here's what the White House did and Congress. The White House instructed the congressional offices to shut off the heating and air conditioning and turn off the water. That'll drive them out.
Fair enough.
The handicapped people proceeded to shit on the couches.
Done.
They proceeded to you're crippled.
Yeah. We just
shat
shit
on the
everywhere we
couches.
want.
They literally did. Now they're pissing in the sink. They were screwing, I think, on the carpet.
It's fucking
right?
heroics.
It was a frat party. Yeah. They were like, you don't like it? I'm going to rub my human feces into your $5,000 leather check. So rumors spread.
You guys are doing that shit.
This, by the way, this protest is what made Geraldo Rivera famous. He was nobody. He was like the weatherman. They
call him Geraldo, right?
Geraldo, yeah.
Not Geraldo, just Geraldo. I'm just asking permission.
This is how he got his job.
Geraldo.
This is how Geraldo got his job.
No, he got famous by sending a dick pic. But
this is 1972.
I got you.
Listen. I almost said Black Lives Matter. The Black Panthers.
They do.
The Black Panthers got wind of the protest, and they heard what Congress did. The Black Panthers showed up with big box trucks. There was literally a congressman, I forget his name, with Geraldo Rivera going, well, thank God they're going to come help us.
That's great stuff.
And Geraldo Rivera took the microphone. Geraldo Rivera took the microphone. Boys. Geraldo goes, sir, with all due respect, I don't think they're here for you. So
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party.
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party.
Jesus
the Black Panthers
Christ.
showed up. The Black Panthers proceeded to remove refrigerators from the box trucks.
Sounds
and
good.
Reverse engineered
all in their padding and their boxing and shit, their packaging.
Right. They reverse engineered the Freon in the refrigerators and
Get
piped
you high
them.
As fuck, by the way.
They piped them through the windows so that the people inside protesting had air conditioning.
Oh, that also works. I used to just smoke it, but that also works.
The female Black Panthers came in. Well, and not even just a female, right? Not even just.
But most of them were just hot.
It's all pink on the inside. The Black Panthers show up.
That too.
And they go in and they set up trays for breakfast and dinner. They said, now the cripples can eat all day. They got lunch, they got dinner. We're going to come back every day.
Do you just were like a fucking third class on Titanic, like fourth? Like you just were just cripples. No one, you were an afterthought on every fucking corner and turn.
Literally, to this day in 2020. Dude. So then the Black Panthers.
That's where you got to figure it out.
The Black Panthers started. The Black Panthers started doing helping the handicapped people that have like.
The Black Panthers don't give a fuck about you.
They don't, but at the time they saw the opportunity and they helped the cause.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's going to keep happening.
They showered these people that can't shower themselves. They cut their hair. Cool. They brushed their teeth for them, and every time they walked out, they would look at the congressman and go, "Ha ha, fuck you," right? So to this day, these handicapped people have the longest record-holding protest. Talk about civil unrest, shit in your couch. That's
fuck y'all. Shit
the
sucks.
Problem,
help me
nowadays, even these cripples don't give a shit. Nowadays, these cripples are like, it must be.
Do you think it's because they've been, let's say, it's spoiled with brainwashed, or do you think it's a little more? Yeah, I'm so spoiled that I'm brainwashed. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of going with like
I don't need to own a $3,000 car.
Who do they vote for? What's the majority of their vote? Blue or red? What do you think?
Actually, from what I could tell, it's pretty 50-50 like normal.
And that's the country. So I had like 7 questions for you, and again, I'm and that's okay. But I'm going to ask you.
Did you enjoy the cripple knowledge?
I'm going to ask you 2 before I go to definitely. I'm gonna skip out of all of it. I got some funny shit. I may come on later this week and ask you, but 2 things. who unites us? What's like we both know, looking at each other, not liking each other, believing in each other, or not, that none of these is not the best two motherfuckers in the world. They're definitely not the best two countries or people in this country. Who unites us? What kind of president unites us? Like gun to the head, you got 3 minutes to talk about who is the perfect candidate. Who is it?
Perfect candidate would be a candidate that deploys a smart, fiscally responsible, universal basic income plan.
What party does she come from? Like, where'd you find her? Like, come on. You said her, which is cool, I think.
Did I? Well,
no, maybe not.
I said them probably.
Okay.
Yeah, but that presidential candidate comes out of corporate America and not politics.
But she's not. It's okay. So would you say she'd be a perfect VP to Trump or successor for Trump? Like, or would she be cool right now? That's what I'm saying. Who unites us tomorrow? I'm thinking different than you.
All right.
Who unites us tomorrow?
Nobody on the ballot.
One of these fuckbags.
We know
they're fuckbags. We know that.
There's nobody on the ballot. Look, it's not Nancy Pelosi. You're not going to get me to say
Yeah, of course not.
Okay. So, it's not...
What kind of person unites us?
Early on, and I'm a conservative. Early on, I was looking very strategically at Elizabeth Warren and Andrew Yang.
It's not a terrible shout.
And I'm a conservative.
It's not a terrible shout. I just...
but right now,
crazy.
The only thing that's going to unite this country right now is money. Money is
100%.
going to solve the problem.
Let me tell you about somebody that loves money and keeps a hold of money. And she is 46 years old. She's probably more like 56 years old. Like she's pushing 60. And she's a black woman. And she works in the kitchen at Applebee's.
I miss Applebee's.
And when you get in there at 7:30 in the morning, she's already been there since 6:30. Cooking the biscuits and the bullshit. And she's listening to fucking praise and worship music. And she also just bought her first brand new car like 2 years ago. She's making payments on that bitch. I don't care where she lives with. She got like a couple of kids and she got like 6 grandkids. That's who should lead us. Hey, Mr. President, Miss President, Mrs. President, I don't know. Chill out, baby. Calm down, baby. I got you. Calm down, baby. I'll take care of it.
I know how you like your eggs.
Who needs to lead us? Not Kamala. Look, Joe Biden said, I'm going to pick a woman of color. It's my running mate. Well, he picked the wrong fucking woman of color. He should have went deep down to Waffle House cook that any Waffle House cook that's ever been there for 10 plus years. They're always going to take care of you, James, me, James, gay James, straight James, retarded James, R-word James, all the Jameses in the world.
Right.
Black James, what? They're just going to be, baby, you don't need that much pancakes. You need a waffle. They would have been great.
So let me ask you this
They make decisions, and you shut the fuck up and you listen to those decisions.
Let me ask you.
And Kamala Harris is not going to fucking fit that bill. Also,
do you think Joe Biden... Do you think that Joe Biden even knows where the Waffle House is?
0% chance that he knows where a Waffle House is. Do you 0% also
0% chance that he knows where his house
Trump
is?
knows where a Waffle House is?
No, Trump's a New Yorker. He doesn't know what a Waffle House is.
So, last question. We'll skip the other 6 that I got.
No, last
question is final thoughts on the election. Your final thoughts. Put your money where your mouth is. Whatever. What are your final thoughts? I'll tell you mine, but what are yours?
My final thought is that...
Like if you get a $50 bet on it. You know what I mean?
$50 that Trump breaks 300 electoral votes. And
landslide.
My
landslide, you're calling
2016 +1. Okay. I believe that if you want to enjoy politics in the next 24 hours, if you're a Democrat, don't change off of Fox News. And if you're a conservative, do not change off of CNN.
100%.
You absolutely have to watch the opposite
I'll be doing
Because
the same thing. I did it in 2016, James. The same fucking thing.
4:00 in the morning, watching the CNN anchor cry was my
Insane.
everything. It was my everything.
Insane.
I was on
Because
the
they were
phone.
so on top for like 3 hours.
I was on the phone.
Hillary. I was like, wait.
Trump has
I
taken
fell asleep
Arkansas.
the last one because I couldn't hang. I had to go to work the next day,
4:00 in the morning, I was on the phone going, this bitch is crying.
So you're 100%. You think like 60 Trump, 40 Biden, give or take.
I'll tell you why.
Pretty clear cut. That's our president tomorrow night. Trump.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, I don't think that the nation can afford an argument like 2000.
Yeah,
we can't do that.
Yeah, the Al Gore
we cannot
bullshit.
do that. If it's close, we're fucked. But if it's close,
yeah,
it's on purpose.
That's exactly where I am, man.
If it's close, it's on purpose.
Yeah,
so I don't believe it. Yeah,
I've said it before. I'll say it again, just to kind of one up you, like I always do. But I'm with you. It's either landslide Biden or landslide Trump. It's not going to be close. But you're 100% correct, James. If it's close, it's lockdown number 2 for me and my family. We're not going out for a little while.
I bought all new guns. Tomorrow I am loading up on my final purchase of ammo.
So we got the AR, and we're good with that. But we just bought a new handgun for the wife, and so it's just like she hates him and all that. I don't know about your wife hating. It's like, no, we're in America. We should have them. We don't want.
Did you go to the show? Did you go to the show?
No.
We went and had a field day.
I fucking sit for 6 weeks and research the guns that I bought. You know what I mean? It's like it's like I save up for them. But I'm in America, so why the fuck?
We treated it like a flea market. We were like, "Ooh, look over there! Hey, what's that table gun?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got it. James, final thoughts on the election: Trump or Biden?
I have to go Trump.
Trump. I'm going Biden. I don't think anyone will eat shit here.
And I'm going to say that there's going to be at least one state that's going to literally shock everybody.
Yeah, like Virginia or Florida, just like, what the fuck? No, it's happening. I love you, dude. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks for being part of it.